Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shawn Pourgol. I'm an osteopath, and today I want to speak with you how you can set up a $1 million manual osteopathy clinic. By $1 million, I mean a clinic that generates at least $500,000 per year in gross income. The worth of a clinic, the worth of a business is usually what it makes in 1 year multiplied by 2. That's the average. So if it makes $500,000 a year, you multiply it by 2, which is $1 million, and that clinic is worth $1 million, and they call it $1 million clinic. This is a new phenomenon created by National Academy of Osteopathy that I founded over 10 years ago in Toronto, Canada. Before that, there was no phenomenon like $1 million manual osteopathy clinic in Canada. Now we have that. It's because of the business lectures we offer. I give over 200 business lectures to my students. I teach them everything I know about business, and that is why we graduate successful manual osteopaths. I have two students who are two brothers from Iran, newcomers to Toronto, and they opened a clinic in Brampton many years ago, 8-9 years ago, and they're grossing over $1 million a year. I have another student, it's again another Iranian. Iranians are very good in business. I'm also Iranian. This young man, against my advice, rented a office in Toronto downtown area, and he was paying $30,000 a month for rent. I was so worried about him, but I met him 6 months later. He said the first 3 months he went into debt, but after that he generated income and he was very happy. I don't know how much he's making, I didn't ask, but if you pay over $360,000 a year in rent only, he should have been making good money. I have other students, new graduates, like Nichelle in Sudbury, that is grossed $300,000 in the first year after graduating from National Academy of Osteopathy. Another Vitalia in Alberta, the same $300,000. It's not easy to make $1 million clinic. It is doable. It requires a lot of work. It requires you to know marketing inside out and do a lot of the things that I teach in business to follow that to make sure you get it. But the main thing is, your number one priority is that you have to generate clients. I teach my students 80% of your waking hours when you're not treating patients has to be spent on marketing. That is the only way to have a $1 million practice. There is no other way. But once you learn that, having $1 million practice, you can do it. For example, I will explain this in other videos in more detail, but in my previous videos I talked about osteopathy fertility clinics that we are setting up. It's called Osteopathy Fertility Clinics of Canada. We will charge $10,000 for a 2-month period of manual osteopathic care to help people get pregnant, and that means to make $1 million clinic on that means you need about 50 clients every year, which is basically 4 clients a month. So it is, you should be able to do it. There are other ways too. For example, if you open a MVA clinic, motor vehicle accident, even though government in Ontario pays only $60 per visit for manual osteopathic care, but you don't need to just see the patient for 1 hour, and you don't need to always see the patient yourself. For example, you can see the patients for 3 hours. 1 hour you can do hands-on manual osteopathic care. Another hour you can put the patient on some physiotherapy modalities, but you shouldn't call it physiotherapy modalities, like physiotherapeutic modalities such as IFC, TENS, put the patient on decompression traction therapy table, heat pack, laser, and so on for 1 hour, and then patient can do exercise, rehab exercises for another hour, so you can bill $180 per hour. And they have a limit of 3,500, which means if you see about 150 patients a year, you will have a $1 million clinic, which comes to something like 12 patients a month. So it is doable. You can have a multidisciplinary clinic, which some of my students have it. Before we came along, no manual osteopath owned a rehab clinic, a multidisciplinary clinic, hiring chiropractors, physiotherapists, massage therapists, acupuncturists. This is these two brothers in city of Brampton in Ontario that they're grossing $1 million, over $1 million a year. They have a multidisciplinary clinics. They're not even doing osteopathy themselves. They actually never practice as a manual osteopath themselves. They have other professionals working there on salary, and they taking everything, giving them some salary. All this is possible. You just have to sit down and think about it, how to do it. I'm right now in Naples, Florida. That's where my university is located, National University of Medical Sciences, USA, which I founded in 2016 against everybody's advice. My over 10 lawyers told me a Canadian cannot own a university in US. I proved them wrong. Then tons of Canadian manual osteopaths, European, Australian. When I announced that I'm planning to open a university, they said it's impossible. American Osteopathic Association will not allow it. Osteopathic physicians in US, which there are over 100,000 of them, they won't allow it. But actually, American Osteopathic Association was very nice. I sent them a letter. I explained what I'm doing. All their concern was to alumni not to call themselves osteopath, to ensure that they tell their clients that they are osteopathic manual practitioners, that they don't provide osteopathic medical care. So we followed it, and now we have even 14 clinics in USA, in Washington States, in New York, in Texas, in California. As you know, I founded Osteopathic Chronic Pain Clinics of Canada in September 2017 in Toronto. From one clinic, we now have 329 clinics in 30 countries, including USA. In Naples, Naples is a wealthy town. It has more millionaires than any other town I've seen. It's the number one town in US with happiest, healthiest people, and most of the people here are seniors. Massage therapists here on average charge $150 US, and manual osteopaths here easily can charge $200 to $300 per hour in US dollars, not Canadian, in US. That easily, if you charge $300, you can have a $1 million clinic. You can gross about $480,000 a year in US dollar, which is a lot of money. I recommend my students in Canada and elsewhere to come here in Naples and open the clinic. The average manual osteopaths in Canada make about $90,000 per year. My students make over $150,000. The average. Some of them are really doing well. My student in Bermuda, Dr. Thomas Andrew, he charges $300 US per hour. He has $1 million clinic there. Another student, Dr. Lisa Egbuga in Toronto downtown, charges $275 an hour. She has $1 million clinic. Another student, I know, Kenny Wong in Malaysia, charging $400 an hour. He has $1 million clinic. It is doable. You can do it as well. If you're a manual osteopath that you haven't graduated from us, I highly recommend you take the MBA program in healthcare we offer at National University of Medical Sciences in US, or my university in Spain. All my 200 business lectures that I teach to my osteopathy students are there, and those lectures are the reason that you can become wealthy and successful as a manual osteopath. I have tons of students from almost all other osteopathic colleges in Canada and other colleges in Europe that they register for schools to learn just from these business lectures. They help you. I teach you things that nobody else teaches, because I don't look at you as my competition. I thrive on competition, while other schools that are run by practitioners who practice in the field They don't teach you everything because they don't want you to graduate and become their competition. I have no feeling like that. I always love my students. I look at them as my family members. I support them for life. My support for them does not finish with their graduation. I help them in any way I can. For example, all 329 clinics I have, they all run by my students. And these students, they all studied the fellowship program in chronic pain management we offer at National Academy of Osteopathy, and we paid their tuition free of charge. We offer free seminars to them, continuing educational program free of charge, because we love them. We want them to improve. We want them to get better. We do everything for them. We pay all expenses of the head office of my clinic. My 3 schools pay it. Every money that these manual osteopaths make working in our clinic, all of it, 100% of it is given back to them. We don't even keep $1 of it. We pay for advertising ourselves because we love them. We want the profession to expand. A long time ago understood that to get what you want, you have to give people what they want. And I want osteopathy to expand everywhere. My goal in life is to ensure every town with a population of 100,000 people has at least one manual osteopath to their. Manual osteopathy does amazing thing in treating chronic pain, and I want people everywhere in the world have access to this beautiful care. There are more than 300 million people in the US, and they didn't have access to chronic pain management through manual osteopathy. Over 100,000 osteopathic physicians here, only 1,000 of them do manual osteopathy. And I brought this profession to USA. For over 100 years, they didn't have manual osteopathy here. Most manual osteopaths in US now my students, because osteopathy is so good and people deserve to have access to this care. And for that to expand the profession, I understood I have to make my students wealthy. I have to teach them how to make good money, and then others can get attracted to the profession as well. And through that, making our alumni our ambassadors, then we can expand the profession. This is the only way. That is why I offer online education. That is why we are the only school in Canada accepting high school graduates. Now 56% of our students are high school graduates. This is how we expand the osteopathy. Before us, there was no manual osteopath in Yukon, in Northwest Territory, in Alaska, in Prince Edward Island, in Newfoundland and Labrador. Now they all have manual osteopaths because of us. Osteopathy is my life. I love this profession. It's a beautiful profession. It's pleasurable, the treatment. It's fun. We have 97% patient loyalty rate in Canada, even more than family physicians who have 75%. Of the 25 health professions, our patients love us the most. And of all the health professions in Canada, we have 98% job satisfaction rate. It means manual osteopaths love their job. Most of the cases we see are last resort cases others cannot help, and we help. This is the beauty of manual osteopathy. It offers emotionally and financially satisfactory, rewarding profession to people. It creates job. My students are paying millions of dollars in tax in Canada, US, and everywhere else. We help the economy by creating good jobs. High school graduates, they study 1 year, they become top-notch skilled manual osteopaths and make over $150,000. This is amazing. No other profession offers this kind of benefit to high school graduates. And we do this, and through them, tons of patients, millions of patients worldwide get treatment and get better with chronic pain. And for this, it's my job to make my alumni wealthy. When they are wealthy, the profession expands. And I never was satisfied with $90,000 average income. And hopefully I raise it to $150,000 for alumni. But my true pleasure comes of those alumni who own $1 million clinic. I love it when I hear from them. You have no idea how a teacher feels so good when he sees that his students are doing so good financially and emotionally. When they send thank you note to us, go to our website, National Academy of Osteopathy.com, go to the testimonial page and see what my students saying. Like, it is amazing. They love the profession. They love it. They having a good income. One of my students who was a receptionist, who never traveled outside Canada and who never been to a 5-star luxury resort, after becoming manual osteopath, she went there with her boyfriend and she sent me a beautiful message. She said, Dr. Pourgol, money does buy happiness. This is the power of making people wealthy. It is amazing. Now the research shows that indeed money buys happiness when it's used to buy travel and experiences. Through money you can help more charities, you can help yourself, you can help your country by paying more tax, you can help your countrymen and women by purchasing things. Everybody benefits, and osteopathy benefits. With more manual osteopaths, more patients get access to this beautiful care. You can do it too. Becoming a rich and wealthy manual osteopath and being a skilled manual osteopath are not opposite together. You can be both as well. You can be a good manual osteopath and a wealthy manual osteopath. I am shocked that other colleges, they don't teach that. We charge our tuition for our diploma in osteopathic manual practice. The OMP program is $14,850, something like that. Other colleges charge up to $45,000 one weekend a month for 3 to 5 years, and the hours range from 320 hours for the total program to something like 1,500 hours. Our program is 2,200 hours, and yet we charge less tuition, and we teach them so many businesses that makes them wealthy, and the other schools do not even teach them one business lesson. These graduates come out, they don't know how to run a successful practice. Luckily, they are manual osteopaths, and through word of mouth, they can get enough patients to have a good income. $90,000 is a very good income, more than physiotherapists and massage therapists and occupational therapists, acupuncturists, and naturopaths. But still, they can be doing a lot more. They can have $1 million clinics. There is nothing wrong with you to own $1 million clinic. I tell my students, after 20 years, if I see them treat patients for money, I'll be very disappointed. After 20 years, I want them to have a bunch of new graduates working for them, and I want my graduates after 20 years just see the patients for fun of it. They can charge, but they don't need to do it for money, just for fun of it. I was charging $1,000 per hour, selected patients, just for fun of it. I had other staff to do the work, but I did it once in a while because I liked it. I had athletes like Fernando Gomez, Fernando Ribera, Eusebio before he passed away. I was a team doctor for FC Porto, the #1 team, football team, soccer team in Portugal, who were European champions. I did it for fun, not because I needed the money. That's the beauty of it. I had my business running and working. I got paid $1,000 an hour whenever I did the treatment, but I did it for fun. That's how the beauty of becoming wealthy. You do what you want, what you're passionate about, for fun of it, not because you have to do it for money. And to do that, you have to make your business come out. Your business has to work for you. If you work inside your business for your business, you're an employee who registered the corporation. You're still an employee. You have to become a business owner. You have to become an entrepreneur. That's what I teach my students, not to be a manager of their business, not to be the technician and employee of their own business. They have to become the entrepreneur. That's the true wealth. When their passive income surpasses their active income, then they can understand they're wealthy. All these things I teach to my students, and you can do. So think, sit down, learn about business. You have to every day learn about business. There's no other way. You cannot sit on your gluteus maximus and hoping that one day you dream and you become rich. It won't work. You have to take action. Dreaming big is essential, but you have to get off your gluteus maximus and do the work and take action every day. Do things that bring you closer to your goal. At least 3 things every day that brings you closer to your goal. But if you're a new graduate, 80% of your time has to be on marketing. Whoever brings the clients in, he's the boss. He's the entrepreneur. That's the main job. That has to be your main job. And you can easily, if you get that ability to bring clients in, you can control your destiny. You can have freedom. Becoming wealthy brings you freedom. That's what I love about it. I was poor. I was homeless. I slept on the streets and in shelters. My first job in Canada was washing dishes for $3.75. I came to Canada as a refugee, and now I'm a millionaire. Now my friend, Honorable Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, invites me for breakfast, and I tell you, being wealthy is a lot better. I support over 40 people back home. I send a lot of money to charities, and I help my family. Everybody benefits from me being wealthy, and you can too. You have to dream big. You have to set your eyes on a higher goal. Do not be happy with $90,000 a year. You have the potential to make more. There is always option. You just have to become creative. You have to find the solution for the problem. Put the problem here. How to make $1 million clinic. Write down the step-by-step things that you need to do. Learn from others. I'm now in Naples, and everywhere I go, I try to find wealthy friends, people who are wealthier than me. I join golf clubs and others, even though I don't play golf, just to meet them and learn from them. They're in different fields. They don't look at me as a competition, and they share with me their ideas. I question them always. Today, actually, I met them. I usually get together with them. They smoke cigars, and I drink my decaf coffee. I don't smoke, but today, one of them actually gave me a cigar, which was a very nice gesture. Reminded me of my travels in Cuba. It was very nice. Every day, even now, if now I quit my job, everything, I can live comfortably for the rest of my life. I have enough money, but I still every day learn about business because I want to grow. When I grow, osteopathy grows. If I don't grow, you actually don't stay still. When you stop growing, you start dying. You go down. Inflation brings your money down, and in your brain you go down and you start to die. I need to grow every day, and that's why I still every day read about business, talk to people about business all the time, because I want osteopathy to grow. When I become successful, more successful, osteopathy grows as a result of my work. And I love the profession. I breathe osteopathy. It is what I do. It is my goal in life to ensure every town in the world have access to manual osteopathic care. For that, I have to become better and better in business. There is no stop. I'm a student of business for life, and you should too. You should not go to bars, have beer with your friends, talk about sports. Use that time, hang around wealthy people, learn or read. This is how you grow. This is how you advance, and you then can have a beautiful life. It's really beautiful. I go anywhere I like. I have a university in Spain. I go there all the time. In Naples, I travel once a month to some other countries. My nickname is the Traveling Osteopath. By the way, when I am in Canada, I call myself manual osteopath. Even though I'm a Canadian, but because I live in Panama, I am able to call myself osteopath even in US, because I don't work here as an osteopath, so I can call it. But if you are in Canada, you cannot copy me and call yourself osteopath. In Canada, you are manual osteopaths. In US, you're osteopathic manual practitioners. That's it for today. I have to go and do my 2 hours of bicycling. You have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching this video. I love you all. Take care. Have a nice day. Namaste.